Hello and welcome. My name is Robert DiGiovanni, and I'm the instructor for the Calculus 2 Summer 2021 Internet course. Wanted to take some time to introduce myself and kind of show you how the course is going to work. And let's just start off with the task that you have put in front of you. You are taking Calculus 2 in an 8-week session, which is condensed. Normally a regular term is 16 weeks, so you decided to take it in half the amount of time, which means that you will be doing twice as much work as you normally would be in a normal semester. So can it be done? Yes, of course it can be done. But a lot of that's going to depend on your life and what you're trying to balance. So, it's really important that we start off with understanding the expectation is that you're going to be putting in many hours of work into this course per week. And so if you're trying to, work 40 hours a week and take this class in physics and chemistry all in the summer, you just have to be realistic with yourself here. Is that possible? So everyone's different. It just depends on how much time you have, free time, and how much you're going to put into it. So I think it's important that you understand to begin that Cal 2 in the summer is difficult, and Cal 2 in general is difficult. So I've had students do very well in the summer in this course, but I've had a lot of students struggle also. And I think it comes down to, are you going to do this the way that I've laid it out for you, or are you going to try and take shortcuts? So if you do it the way I've laid it out, you can do very well, and you can learn the material and be ready for the next level of math or engineering or whatever it is, computer science, that you need. But you have to follow the path I've laid in front of you. Any efforts to kind of circumvent that path, I think, is going to hurt you at some point. Okay, so with that said, let's get into the way the course is going to work. The main website here for Northwest Vista, I'm assuming all of you can get into ACES, and then once you're in ACES, that you can get to the class. And so let's just jump into the class. Access is denied. Okay, let's leave student view. Okay, so here we are in what's called Canvas, and this is where we officially communicate in this course. All emails I send to you, all emails you send to me must be done here. Do not send me something through your Gmail or Yahoo account. I will not get the emails. So the inbox here for communication is here. Here's where you go to compose a new message. I'm going to assume you can figure this out. So just want to be clear, this is where we communicate. Now, as far as the course, we're going to take a look at our home page here in Canvas. And let's see, where do we want to start? Let's start with the schedule, okay? So if you click here, you're going to bring up a schedule. You can download it. It's not the prettiest thing to look at. It has June and July, the 2 months for the summer course, laid out here. I'm going to show you a different version of this. It's a little easier to look at. Here it is. So it shows you in June when things are due. And so this is where the semester starts. We have deadlines here on the 10th, and then most deadlines for this course, things that you need to do, assignments you have to complete online, are going to be due on Sundays, as you can see. And then there's a few things that occur at other times, but I'll get into that. So the general layout, okay, the general layout of this course is this. You're going to look at your schedule. You're going to see, okay, what assignments due first? Okay, 3.5, 3.6, and 4.7. I have to finish those assignments by Sunday at about midnight. Okay, so how do you complete these? Well, first thing you're going to do is you're going to watch some videos. So I'm going to go back to our main page here. You'll see here class lecture videos. So if you click on that, it'll take you to my YouTube channel and have a playlist here, and ignore the Tuesday, Thursday, 3 p.m. Just ignore that. Just be looking at the section 3.5. So 3.5 was the first thing on that schedule. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to click on 3.5. This is an hour, 40-minute video, and you are going to, oh, I should mention this. This is really, YouTube just changed their policies. Prior to a couple of months ago, if you were doing educational videos, then there wouldn't be ads. But now YouTube is saying, you know what, we have the right to put ads on any videos we want. So I'm not monetizing anything. These ads are here because YouTube has put them there, and it's really pissed me off, to tell you the truth. But it's the way it is, right? So this video that you're going to watch, hour 40 minutes long, is me in a classroom presenting the material to a class of students back in 2017. So this is a pretty old video, but Cal 2 hasn't changed. And so I'm going to go through this, and you're supposed to watch this, okay? So now, remember, I'm talking to a class of students. So if I tell them, hey, tomorrow, or next class have this due or whatever, that doesn't pertain to you. What's important here is the content, the information. So I'm going here through 3.5. The videos are pretty good. I mean, in terms of like, you can see what I'm doing and you can make out the video. Let me see what quality. Yeah, they're at 720p, most of them. I have the audio muted.
The formula, right? Once we actually have formula, we can just use it.
Okay, so that's me going through the material for 3.5. So what you're supposed to do is watch this, okay? And after you watch this, you are going to go to a website called Webassign, and you're going to do a homework assignment that pertains to that lecture. And then you're going to repeat and just keep doing this the whole semester, all right, the whole summer. You watch a video, you go do the homework, watch video, do homework, all right? That's the general layout, all right? So the schedule is an important aspect of this class. It's up to you to follow this. I'm not going to babysit you. You need to make sure you get these assignments done, all right? So let's get into the finer details. I'm going to look at the course syllabus right now. All right, so here's the syllabus. All right, this is a fully online course, which means you never have to go on campus for anything. However, there are 2 days that you must come and join a Zoom session. And in that Zoom session, you will be taking a test. So there are 2 exams that you have to do on Zoom Live. They're exam 2 and exam 4. They are both on Thursdays. July 8th is the first one. July 29th is the second one. And I give you 2 different time slots to show up to take the test. You can show up at 9 a.m. and that exam will go to 12:45, or you can show up at 6 p.m. that night and take the test. So both of these exams are vital to you passing the class. If you don't show up, you get a 0, it's over, all right? And I'm going to explain how these exams are going to work, because there's a lot of things you have to do correctly in order for this all to work out. So I just wanted to start out here in the syllabus by saying, hey, look, even though this is fully online, 2 times you've got to be in a Zoom session to take a test. Okay, my contact information, the most important thing here is my cell phone number. If at any point in this class you get stuck, you need help, please text me and let me know who you are and what class you're in. And I encourage you to maybe take a picture of the problem you're having trouble with, take a picture of what work you've done, send that to me. I have a phone that I can write on my screen and I can help you out, okay? But you have to reach out for that help, and I'm available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If I don't answer, I'm asleep. Don't worry about bothering me. I mute my phone at night, so you're not going to interrupt me. And I'm pretty good about following up with my students within, a day. Okay, now I also have open office hours. Okay, so these are 2 Zoom sessions that you can join either on Monday and Wednesday at 10 a.m. To 11, or Tuesday, Thursday from 12 to 1. These are the same Zoom sessions, same meeting IDs, same passwords. If you join those, I'll be sitting there and I'll be there to answer questions. I'm available to all my students. Just show up, ask questions, and it'll be fun. All right. Okay, now what do you need for this course? Well, you don't need to buy anything. All right. All you need is really a calculator, which I'll get to in a second. But other than that, you've already paid for the access to the homework system and the electronic version of the book. So all you really need is this code, okay? And then you need to go to this website and get enrolled. I'm going to do that right now just to show you how it works. You click on this, maybe. Did it take me? It's not taking me. Starting to rain, okay? So it'll take you to this website here, and you're going to put in enter class key. So you're going to take this, you're going to copy it. You're going to enter class key and put here, paste, and then register. It's going to be like, okay, you want this course? And you say, yes, confirm to register, and then you will be in that class. Now, let me double check something here. I'm going to make sure that class key is right. So when you enter that class key and get registered, you put in your name and email information, stuff like that. Let me see, I feel like that might be the wrong class key, but I think it's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, it's the right one. Okay, so you enter that class key and you get enrolled. That's a one-time thing, and you've got to do that by Thursday, the 10th of June. All right, so that's it. Once you're in there, and I'll show you that system in a minute. Once you're in there, you'll have access to the homework assignments and the ebook. You don't have to buy anything else. Now, if you're one of those people who really want to have a book, then you can go buy this online somewhere. Here's the ISBN for it. You can go buy this book. I'm sure you can find it used for pretty cheap. Yeah, that's up to you. You don't need it. All right. Now, a calculator, you need a scientific calculator. You may have a graphing calculator. Not required to have a graphing calculator. If you have a graphing calculator, it cannot be a computer algebra system calculator. So that has a system that can do algebraic manipulations and stuff. So the calculators that do that are the TI-89, the TI-Nspire CAS. Those are the two calculators you cannot have for the class, or you can't take your test with those. So if you have any question of like, hey, maybe, does this calculator work, the one that I have, just email me or text me and I'll let you know. Here's examples of calculators that are fine, TI-84, 86. There's some others that you can have, but the big thing is no computer algebra systems. All right, now in terms of what we're going to cover, I'll let you read through this. This Cal 2, we have a lot to cover. What makes Cal 2 so challenging is the material's difficult and it never lets up. Okay, so like there's not like, there's a section in the middle where it's a little easier than the first part, but it really, truly it's like a marathon that you're running at a sprint pace. All right, and it gets really heavy towards the end, and the material at the end is difficult, very difficult. So just be aware that, my goal, my task as an instructor is to make sure that I've delivered all of this information to you. Your task is to learn it and to ask questions and then be able to show me on exams that you know what you're doing. So the grade is standard grading scale, and the breakdown of the grade is as follows. You're going to do homework online. That's 10% of your grade. You're going to take 2 exams that are going to be done on a computer at home. I'm not going to be there. It's just you and your notes and everything. You should do real well on those assignments. So the homework, the exam 1 and 3, those are 10% each. That's only 30% of your grade. The other 70% of your grade are those 2 exams. Okay, so those are major exams, and they say on campus, just ignore this. Normally before COVID, I would have my students come on campus, but we're going to do these on Zoom, not on campus. And these are 35% of your grade each. So it is important that you do well on those. I will be sending reviews for those. So it'll be important that you do the reviews, understand the material, and so on and so forth. So how's the course designed? I've kind of laid this out already. You look at the schedule, you figure out what section you need to do. You go watch the lecture videos. I would expect to be watching at least 6.5 hours of videos a week. And then you will attempt the homework in Webassign. You get multiple tries at each problem, nothing is timed. And the idea of homework is for you to learn. Okay, so if you get it wrong, eventually it's going to give you the right answer. And so if you get hundreds on your homework, that's not a surprise. All right, but learn, that's the important thing. Learn, learn, learn. Now, if you struggle with the homework, I've actually provided you videos that go through problems similar to your homework that you can use to help you. So let me give you an example. If I go to your class, let me go to your class and let me go to one of the assignments. Okay, I'm just going to come up, here we go, substitution rule. So I'm going to view this assignment here. So here's some problems, right? Now, this is going to seem weird, okay, but just pay attention. For each of these problems, if you look at the number over these numbers over here, you see this where it says 5.5.001. This one says 5.5.002. This one's 5.5003. This one is 5.5005. What the last number here means, 1, 2, 3, and 5. That means if you were to go open the textbook, okay, that these are problems 1, 2, 3, and 5 out of the textbook. Okay, let me scroll down a little more. This problem right here, number 6 in your homework, is actually number 11 in the textbook. Now, why is that important? Let's say you're struggling with this problem. Back on our homepage, we go back to our homepage. I have the class lecture videos that you're supposed to watch. I have other class videos that you can watch from other semesters. That's optional. It's just more. I have so many videos you can watch. But these homework solution videos, what you can do, let me go back to that assignment. Which assignment were we looking at? I forgot which one. I think we were looking at 5.5. If I go to my homework solution videos, go to 5.5, these stupid ads. I'm so upset about this. Okay, if you go to 5.5, you can see here, I'm working out number 16. Now these videos correspond to the textbook. Okay, so this is number 16. Let me back it up. Remember we said it was like 1, 2, 3, and 5. Let me see what I'm doing right here. I'm doing number 10 there. Let's see what I'm doing here. Here's number 6. Let me go back a little bit more. This might be number 5. Yeah, okay, so look, this is number 5. Okay, this is number 5 out of the textbook. This should correspond to that problem. Where was it? Yeah, here it is. Where was number 5? Here was the one that said 5. Oops. Where's number 5 here? Right? Is cosine to the 19th power theta sine theta. And that is pretty similar, I think, to this one. This one is cosine to the 3rd theta sine theta d theta. So that's, in my video, it's a 3. In your problem, it's a 19. So subtle differences, but you should get the gist of it by watching this video. All right, so let me go back to the syllabus because that's where we were. Okay, and I was talking about how the course is designed, right? So you look at your schedule, you go watch the YouTube video, you try your homework. If you struggle with the homework, you watch the YouTube video with the homework solutions like I just showed you. If you still have issues, come join my office hours. I can help you out in my office hours. If you still need help, text me, right? You can text me, send me a picture of your work, send me a picture of the problem. I can help you. After you complete the homework, you move on to the next section, okay? All you have to do is finish the homework by the due date on the schedule. So just follow the schedule, make sure that these 3 sections are done by the 13th and you're good to go. You can finish them on the 11th, you can finish them on the 8th. You can work ahead, you just can't fall behind, all right? Now, if you do miss a deadline, you will be able to ask the computer for an extension, but it's going to cost you points. So I believe you only have 3 days to ask for an extension after it's past due. And then I think it gives you 3 days to finish it. So now while you're doing this, exams 1 and 3 are very similar to the homework, okay, because they're done online. So in your schedule, you'll see here, exam 1 is on the 20th. So you're supposed to finish 5.5.6.1 and then this exam. And this exam will cover all of this material, okay? So you want to make sure that you understand all this before you attempt the exam. So what I'm getting at is don't try and do all of this stuff on Sunday, okay? Do 5.5 and 6.1 throughout the week prior, and then review everything, go back and review your work, review the lectures, whatever you need to do, and then go take that exam, okay? It's not a good policy or not a good habit to get into of trying to do all these assignments on the same day. Now, as much as I say that, students still try and do it, and it winds up, they wind up dropping the class because it's just too much, especially in the summer. I mean, it's just so much material. Now, exams 2 and 4, those are the Zoom exams, the 35% each. So let's talk about those exams. How do those exams work? Well, I've already told you when they are. What you're going to do is join a Zoom session. I will email you the Zoom information. You'll join the Zoom session. And then once everyone's there, I'm going to email everybody the exam. Now, once I email it to you, you have 2 options. You can print it if you have a printer, or you can handwrite the exam, which is going to suck, but that's what has to happen, okay? So I email it to you, you either print it or you handwrite all the problems. I'm going to give everyone 15 minutes to do that. Then for the remainder of the time on Zoom, you must turn your computer off and you must have a camera set up. Well, you can't have a computer in front of you. You have to have a camera set up. So most students, I say, use your phone, log into Zoom and use your phone camera and set up your camera so that I can see you, all right? So you must have a camera, I suggest your phone, placed in a position where I can see you and your entire work area during the exam. This is critical, all right? Critical in the sense of I won't let you take the exam if you can't get your camera set up right. So on our homepage, I had a picture of me, and that wasn't just because I wanted to show you a picture of me. This is the way your camera needs to look. I need to be able to see you. See, I can see this person. I can see what's in front of them. Now, during the test, you would not be allowed to have a laptop open in front of you. Okay, but notice I can see the entire work area. I can see what's in front of the student. So I know that there's nothing in front, like you don't have a bunch of pages of math taped up to the wall. I must be able to see you and your work area. So the camera, like the camera you're looking at right now, me, that camera, you can see me, you can't see what's in front of me. That would not be acceptable. So please, before July 8th, make sure that you have practiced using your phone to set up your camera in a position that it looks like this. If you can't get it set up properly, you'll be kicked out of the exam and you'll get a 0 on the exam. So that means you'll fail the class. So please make sure that you take some time to get that set up. And when you do your camera on your phone, plug your phone in, because it'll probably die during the test because it's almost 3 hours. Okay, let me get back to what I was talking about. Okay, so you set up your camera, right? Now I will be recording you as you take the exam. So you'll be sitting there, you've either printed the exam or handwritten it, and you'll be sitting there and you'll be taking the exam, paper and pencil, showing your work, showing me you've learned the material. And once you finish the exam, you will send me a chat in Zoom saying, hey, I'm done. And then you can leave Zoom. And from that point that you leave Zoom, you have 15 minutes to get all of your handwritten work sent to me electronically. And that means that you're going to have to either, if you have a scanner, you can scan your work, your handwritten work, or most people will take pictures of their work. And then you must send me your work as a single PDF file. I will not take multiple PDF files. I won't take JPEG files. Has to be PDF. So iPhones, you can use a thing called Cam Scanner. With an Android, there's something called Jpeg to PDF. There's all these apps and stuff that you can use, but it's important that it's a single PDF file. I will not accept anything else. So let me show you what that looks like. I have a student here from my Cal 3 from last semester. I'm using Cal 3, that way it doesn't conflict with anything you're doing here. This student sent me a single file. It's about 5 meg. And if I open this file, I want you to see this single file has 13 pages in it. And notice it's very clear, very neat. Everything's in order. I can read this. This is what I need, okay? Do not send me multiple files. Let me see, did I have anyone that sent me multiple files? No, no one in here sent me multiple files. That's good. I think I'd had some in other classes, and I just emailed and said, I'm not accepting this. So before the exam, practice doing that, okay? Just take a couple of pages, take pictures, put it into a single PDF file. You are responsible for that, okay? You condense into a single PDF file and send it to me. Practice doing that is what it says. Once you condense it, I'm gonna send you a link to upload that work, okay? So you'll have 15 minutes to do that. If for any reason you can't get your camera set up properly, or you don't send me a single PDF, you get a 0 on the exam. I've already said that, but it's written here in the syllabus. It's your responsibility to make sure that the file you send me has your work. I've had students accidentally send me the exam, like not their work, but the exam. It's up to you to make sure you're uploading the correct file to me. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that work you send to me and I'm gonna hand grade each one of them electronically. I'm gonna write on my screen, and then I'll send you back your graded exam, okay? Now, for these 2 exams that are worth so much of your grade, I will send out reviews, and those reviews are optional, but highly recommended, and I will also send out solutions to the reviews. So that's exam 2 and 4, very important exams. I give you some more tips on how to get ready for exam 2 and 4, but that's about it for the syllabus that I want to go through. I mean, I think this kind of lays out the general idea. Here's a schedule. Okay, so let's go back to our homepage. I showed you already how to get to Webassign. You go here, you enter your class key, you get enrolled, right? So what I'd like to do now is show you what Webassign looks like to you, what it's going to look like. Make sure I'm in the right class here. So here's what it's going to look like to you when you get into Webassign. Now, right now, because the class hasn't started, there's no assignments here, but this is where your assignments will start to show up, okay, the things that are due. Ignore the communication, because everything we do communication-wise is done in Canvas, and then your grades will appear here. And then over here on the bottom right, there's the electronic version of the book. So if you click on that, you can actually have access to the ebook. You don't need it for anything unless you're going to read it yourself, or maybe look at the exercises out of there or something. But just so you know, this is available to you. Okay. So let's see where we are. Okay, we've got the schedule, class lecture videos where you learn, some other videos if you want, you can watch those, homework solution videos. Okay, files. Let's look at files. We go into files. I have a couple of things in here. Let me point out the most important things. During my videos, when I'm teaching, I'm actually using some notes that I've made. And those notes are here for you if you want to have them. Okay, so when I'm covering 5.5, these are the notes that you'll see me on the camera doing. All right, so if you want them, they're here. All right, those are the course notes. Let me see what else. The schedule's here. I already showed you the schedule. Homework list, that is not really relevant to you unless you want to know these are the problems that I assign my students. If you had a textbook and you were in a face-to-face class, these are the assignments that I would assign you. Not really relevant to you. All right. What else? Okay, important, formula sheets. Okay, so in this class, everything you see in this folder, you are allowed to download and print and have with you during exam, all of your exams, but especially exam 2 and 4. The catch to that is you have to print those out. So you've got until July 8th to figure out how to get those printed. If you don't have them printed, you can't use them. You can't, I'm not going to allow you to have a computer screen open during the exam. So all of those, print them out. There's a lot of formulas here, and you won't need them right away. Like on exam 2, you don't need Maclaurin and series, but the others you do. So I just recommend you just download all these, print them out, have them, put them in a folder or something, just have them for the rest of the class. All right, like this first formula, this first one, formulas, I think it's 6 pages. Yeah, 6 pages. You're allowed to have all this. Okay, so that's course files. Let me go to student view. Should have done it earlier. So we have the key. Okay, orientation video. I skipped over that. That's what you're watching right now. I'll put a link to it here after I upload it. So if you need to go back and watch this to like, oh, what did he say about that? Okay, it's here. Let me see, homework files. Okay, if you want to watch other videos of me in the past, I've got older videos. I mean, I'm just showing you they're here. We have, if you click here on Robert Math Guy, this is my YouTube channel, and it has all my playlists for, everything. I pretty much have been recording all of my lectures, face-to-face class lectures for many years, probably the last 8 years. So I've got tons of playlists here, but if you want to go back, there's a Cal 1 stuff here. If you want to review something from Cal 1, there's stuff for Cal 3. If you move on, you want to watch Cal 3, there's college algebra stuff. So click on playlist, there's a ton of stuff here. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm just trying to provide you as many resources as possible to do well in this course. All right, geez, I feel like I've gone very fast through this, but I think I've covered everything I want to cover. Let's see, discussions. There's a discussion board here. If you want to talk with your other classmates, y'all can set up maybe your own Zoom sessions to like have like a study session. People is a list of your classmates. If you want to email your classmates, you can get to them there. This is a third-party online tutoring system, which allows you to go get tutoring. And this tutoring is not connected to Northwest Vista. So my only warning on that is if you use it, be aware that those tutors may be doing things slightly different than the way I do things. That's the nature of math. So just be aware. And then the student survey is for the end of the semester. Okay, I think I've done it. So what do you need to do? At this point, once you're in here, you need to go to Webassign, use this course key, and you need to register for the Webassign part of the class. Doesn't cost you anything at all. And then that deadline is the 10th of June. And then you start following the schedule, watch the videos, go do the homework, keep working through things, take the test, and then be sure you're there for those Zoom tests. Other than that, like I said earlier, I'm not going to babysit everyone, but I am here. I am available to you to help. This is Cal 2. It's hard. It's supposed to be you're supposed to ask for help. So I'm hoping that during my office hours, I will see several of you there, and that that I can kind of get to know you a little bit, because, you know, it's online, it's very difficult to, like, you know, develop any relationships. So hopefully I'll see you in my office hours. You can text me or whatever. If anything from this little orientation video is still unclear to you, please just email me or call me or text me. I'll be happy to answer any other questions that you may have. I look forward to a good summer, and y'all take care. Thank you for your time.